You're not broke because of the economy, you're broke because of your decisions. And that's the best news you'll ever hear. Hey, this is Momita. Let's talk about why being broke is your fault and why that's empowering. Money doesn't care about your story. It doesn't care that you had a tough childhood, that the system is rigged, or that you deserve more. Money responds to one thing: your relationship with it. And right now, your relationship is toxic, avoidant, and rooted in victimhood. Here is the truth nobody wants to say out loud: being broke past a certain age is a choice. Not always at 18 or 22, but at 30, at 40. That's a choice you've been making every single day through your habits, beliefs, and excuses. You're broke because you value comfort over growth. You spend money to feel better temporarily instead of investing it to build permanently. You buy things you don't need with money you don't have to impress people who don't care. You're broke because you're financially illiterate and you've chosen to stay that way. You've spent more time scrolling social media this week than learning about investing, building income streams, or understanding how money actually works. You're broke because you have a poverty mindset dressed up as virtue. You tell yourself that wanting money is greedy, that rich people are bad, that money doesn't buy happiness. These are lies broke people tell themselves to feel better about being broke. Here is what changes everything. If being broke is your fault, then getting wealthy is also within your control. You're not a victim of circumstances, you're the creator of them. First truth: your income reflects your value delivery, not your worth as a person. You're not underpaid because the world is unfair. You're underpaid because you haven't developed skills that command higher compensation. The market pays for results, not effort. Stop expecting to be rewarded for showing up. Become someone who creates measurable value. Second truth: poor people buy liabilities pretending they're assets. That new car, those designer clothes, that expensive vacation you financed, these are not investments, they are drains. Wealthy people buy assets that generate income: real estate, stocks, businesses, skills. Every dollar you spend is a vote for the life you're creating. You're currently voting for broke. Third truth: you're financially exactly where your daily habits have placed you. If you're broke, look at what you did yesterday, last week, last month. Did you invest in yourself? Did you create something valuable? Did you learn a new skill? Or did you consume, complain, and stay comfortable? Your bank account is a receipt of your choices. Fourth truth: money is abundant. Your thinking is scarce. There are more millionaires being created today than ever in human history. The internet has democratized wealth creation. The barrier isn't opportunity, it's your belief that money is hard to make, that you need permission, that it's not meant for you. Scarcity is a mindset, not a reality. Fifth truth: being broke is expensive. You pay more in interest, fees, and penalties. You can't afford to buy in bulk or invest in quality. You make short term decisions that cost you long term. You're trapped in a cycle not because you don't make enough, but because you don't keep enough and you don't grow enough. Your beliefs about money were formed in childhood, watching how your parents handled it. If they were stressed, secretive, or scarce with money, you inherited that pattern. If they said money doesn't grow on trees or rich people are selfish, you're carrying those limiting beliefs into your adult financial life. Research shows that financial stress impairs your prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for planning and decision making. When you're broke, you make worse decisions, which keeps you broke, which impairs your thinking further. This is the poverty trap, but it's not permanent. You can rewire these patterns by acknowledging they exist and taking ownership of changing them. Step 1: audit your money story. Write down every belief you have about money. Money is hard to make. I'm not good with money. Rich people are lucky. Now ask, is this objectively true or is this a story I'm choosing to believe? Most of your money problems exist because of the story, not reality. Step 2. Track every dollar for 30 days. You can't manage what you don't measure. Write down every purchase, every subscription, every coffee. Most broke people have no idea what they spend because they are avoiding the truth. Step 3. Create a gap between earning and spending. Earn more than you spend, invest the difference. Start with 10%. If you can't save 10% of your income, you have a spending problem, not an income problem. Cut ruthlessly. Step 4. Invest in income generating skills. Take 10% of your income and put it into learning skills that will multiply your earning potential. Copywriting, sales, coding, investing, marketing, skills that translate directly to money. Step 5. Build multiple income streams. Your job is not your only option. Freelancing, consulting, digital products, investments. You need at least 3 sources of income. 1 can fail, 2 can slow down, 3 protects you and accelerates wealth building. In Ayurveda, wealth is called Artha, one of the 4 aims of life. Money isn't separate from spirituality. It's a tool for living your purpose. At World of Ayurveda, I teach that financial health and physical health are connected. When your energy is depleted or scattered, so is your money. The principle of Pran applies to money. What you give attention to grows. If you ignore your finances or refuse to learn about money, you are withdrawing life force from that area. It will wither. You stop blaming and start building. Every excuse you drop is power you reclaim. When you accept that your financial situation is your creation, you also accept that you have the power to change it. Your decision making improves. You stop making emotional purchases and start making strategic investments. Every dollar becomes a tool, not just something to spend. You develop financial confidence. As you learn, earn, and invest, you prove to yourself that you're capable. This confidence compounds into bigger opportunities and better decisions. You create options. Money doesn't buy happiness, but it buys freedom. Freedom to say no to toxic jobs. Freedom to invest in your health. Freedom to pursue your purpose without financial fear. For 90 days, commit to these non-negotiables. Track every dollar you spend. Save and invest minimum 10% of income. Spend 1 hour daily learning a valuable skill. Cut 1 unnecessary expense weekly. Create 1 additional income stream. Document your financial position on day 1 and day 90. Being broke is comfortable. It gives you something to blame. It lets you stay small. It protects you from the responsibility of managing wealth. But it's also a prison you're choosing to stay in. Stop defending your financial situation. Stop explaining why you can't. Stop waiting for someone to save you. Take ownership. Learn about money. Develop valuable skills. Invest relentlessly. Build multiple streams. Being broke is a choice. So is being wealthy. Which choice are you making today?